Greetings, fellow action figure connoisseurs, and welcome to another episode of Digital Caveman Presents G.I. Joe Tuesday. I, as always, am your host, the Digital Caveman, and today I will be presenting you with the G.I. Joe Classified Series number 47, Cobra Officer Viper and Viper's 3-pack. Let's get into it! Let's start things off with a look at the packaging. And here we have on the top, Cobra symbol, number 47. Nice artwork of the Vipers. G.I. Joe Classified Series, Cobra, Viper Officer, and Vipers 4 and up. Warning! Don't stick things in your pie hole that do not belong there. Plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. Hasbro print on the bottom, small print, fine print, legalese print, made in China print, symbols I'm not going to learn, a barcode, and warning, attention, Achtung, don't stick things in any language pie hole that do not belong there. And don't give it to the babies, most important. Recycled print, plastic-free packaging, except tape and glue. On this side, the file card for the Cobra Viper Officer. Of course, we've already got some for the Vipers themselves. Again, number 47, G.I. Joe. And Cobra Viper file card on this side. And number 47, also G.I. Joe. And then on the back, nice digital renders of the 3 included figures. And then the 3 figures and accessories. Attention! Don't stick things in your French pie hole either that don't belong there. Parents! GIJoe.com! Assortment number, some more small, fine legalese, made in China print, and Hasbro print. That, my friends, is a look at the packaging. Let's take a look at the figures and their accessories, and this is going to take a little while. But here we have handy dandy tweezers, and we'll start looking at the accessories. And here is the first blast effect, which is like a spray, bullet spray. And handy dandy tweezers don't want to hold it. And here we go, that looks pretty nice. Made out of a nice translucent plastic that's slightly flexible. And then here we have the smoke effect. And then there we have a larger blast effect. And you notice it has a port in the back. And a post, or maybe this is the back, post in the back, port in the front, so that they can be utilized in conjunction. Something like that. But nice little smoke ring around there. And then here's a shooting effect, and again, this one can be utilized with other effects. And same with this one. And same with this one. We've been seeing that kind of thing ever since Transformers did the War for Cybertron. Those combining blast effects. And here's a long one, so that's pretty neat looking. There's two of those, although I don't think they're exactly the same. And then there's that one with a nice little smoke paint app on it. And there too. It's right there as well. So that's the blast effects. That's pretty cool. Here is the newer rifle, or one of the newer rifles. So nice molded detail, all molded in black. The clip is removable. And there's two of those. They're both exactly the same. And again, they have the ports for the blast effects in it. And this looks like a grenade launcher, and it also has a port. Here is the, I want to say, the standard issue Viper rifle, which we've seen this one with every release of Cobra Viper so far in the classified line. The clip is not removable, just as in the original release, and there's two of those. And here's another of the new weapons. Kind of a no-stocked weapon, but it does have what appears to be where one can be attached to it. Although it didn't come with one. Again, the clip is removable. It's the same clip as the other two rifles. Nice molded detail on this one as well. And in addition to this one, it does come with the suppressor, and it just goes in there. The suppressor could probably be used for any of the weapons, but I think it fits the best on this one. The pistols it didn't quite fit into, and then also you can utilize this with the blast effects as well. And here we have one of the regular Viper's pistols. Again, this I think is the same pistol that has come with Vipers in the classified series every release. It does have nice molded details in it, and there is two of those. Before we move on to that, there was one more weapon. Here is the officer's sidearm. You can see it's got a skull, laughing skull there on the hand grip. It does have a nice paint app along the receiver. No removable clip though, and it does have a port for blast effects. Here's the backpack, and again, this is the same backpack that all Vipers have had since release, just a little bit different paint on it as far as right here. The blue is a little different. And there's two that are the same color to match up with the two guys on the end. And then the officer's backpack paint is slightly different. The gold Cobra, and that is different as well. And another thing that has come with Vipers since their first release is this set of goggles. However, these are the officers. As you can see, the lenses are gold. to match his faceplate. And then the regular Vipers, of course, are silver to match their faceplates. There's 2 of those. And then there's 3 of these neckerchiefs or bandanas or whatever you want to call them. 1 for each of them, and they're all the same. Well, let's talk about the figures themselves. And, you know, the officers' colors are quite different. He has gold insignia except on his belt. He does have the gold faceplate. He's all decked out in this color for the trim, which I think is red. But I'm colorblind, guys. Don't make fun of handicapped people. But as far as the mold goes, it's all the same as the first release. So they really haven't done a whole lot to change this. Python Patrol, exactly the same. Mold, that is. Paint, of course, is different. Let's take a look at his articulation. He can't really look up because of the helmet and the vest. He can look down that far. And the head is on that classic Hasbro ball and joint. He doesn't really have any chicken neck. A little bit of waggle. He can do the full Exorcist, so that's good. At the shoulder, he does have a butterfly joint, which goes backwards that far, forward that far. The arm comes out to about 90 degrees at the shoulder. It's cut here at the upper bicep for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned elbow. Gives you that much bend. The wrist does have a 360 degree rotation, and it is on an up and down hinge. And this one is up and down as well. Just don't get much range out of it. No, I'll take it back. This one's on an in and out. So, my bad. Now I know there's some articulation up under here, but because of this overlay of the vest, you can't really do much with it. He does have a little bit of hula motion there. You can do full 360 degree rotation. At the hips, he does have the pull down hinge, which allows him to do the full splits. He can kick forward that far and back about a step. Cut here at the upper thigh for a full 360 degree rotation. Double hinged pinned knee gives you that much bend. Then at the very top of the shin, there is a boot cut for another 360 degree rotation. And at the ankle, tilts down that far. Tilts up hardly any, and forward facing pin for rocker. Now the articulation on all 3 figures is the same. And we'll take a look at them real quick. The blue is a bit darker than the Cobra Island version, so do be aware of that. But overall, still a nice mold. And let's see, show you how some of the accessories work. The neckerchief is one piece, but it does separate in the back where it doesn't really connect together. It just kind of touches, and you just kind of open it up and put it on. There's a port in his back, peg on his backpack, and it just goes in there. And the goggles, you just kind of get them on there till they look right. And that is pretty much it for storage, except for the pistol. Now, one thing about this pistol, I mean, it fits in here okay, but it was, I mean, once you get it in there, you can tell it was not designed for this pistol. The holster was not. And so it does come off as looking a little bit odd. I wish they'd have went one extra step and made a new holster for the officer's gun. And as far as, not that one, this one, as far as the blast effects go, they just port in at the end of the barrel, and they're pretty snug in there. They do not come out. So nice looking set, I would have to say. And that, my friends, does it for a look at the figures and their accessories. Here's the Cobra Viper 3-pack with the two troopers in the back and the officer up in the front line, with the Cobra Island Cobra Viper and the Python Patrol Viper. Here's the Cobra Viper 3-pack with the Valaverse Action Force, Swarm Trooper with Swarm Gear, and Scarab. For our final set of comparisons, here's the Viper Officer and the Viper Trooper, with, from the Marvel Legends series, making his cameo appearance, Stan the Man Lee. From G.I. Joe Classified series, we have the Hasbro Pulse exclusive Regal variant, Cobra Commander. From Star Wars The Black series, we have the Archive Edition 501st Legion Clone Trooper. And from Masters of the Universe Masterverse, the 40th Anniversary He-Man. For final thoughts on the fan channel exclusive G.I. Joe Classified series Cobra Viper 3-pack, first of all, I want to make a correction. I did say earlier in the review that the two modern rifles that the more realistic rifles that the Viper Troopers have were the same, when in fact they are the same gun, but they have different loadouts on them. One has a grenade launcher and a short scope, and the other one has no grenade launcher and a longer scope. Now, as far as the figures go, you know, they're all the same. If you have a Cobra Island Viper, then you've had your hands on this mold and you know what it can and can't do. I will say, I do wish that the Viper Troopers were the matching color for the Cobra Island one, but I understand why that is not the case, because somebody could get this and be trying to sell them loose as Cobra Island Vipers at a higher price. So it's understandable why the colors don't match and they made them a darker blue. The accessories, there's a ton of accessories with this. I mean, each trooper has 2 guns or 2 rifles and a pistol. The officer has a new mold pistol and a rifle with the stock folded in or with no stock on it. I like the colors on the officer. There's no doubt who the officer is in this pack. He is clearly different. I do wish maybe they had just made him the same color as the others and just given him the gold accents. But they didn't. It is how it is. The other thing I really wish they would have done with this set is just made it a 2-pack of the Viper Troopers, or made it a 3-pack of Viper Troopers, and sold the officer in as a single card release, be it an exclusive or, well, not really. I don't really want it to be an exclusive, but anyway, they could have put it in the main line as a single carded figure or a single boxed figure, single release, and that way calling this a troop builder pack would actually make more sense. But overall, high marks for this. This is the first G.I. Joe set that really got us blast effects, because the Valaverse blast effects aren't, they're sort of compatible, but the pegs on those blast effects aren't quite big enough to stay like they're supposed to stay. They don't get the friction they need. Well, that does it for the review. I hope that you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it. Only support from viewers like you make this programming possible. Each view does count, and I do appreciate each and every single view that I receive. Thank you, and thank you so very, very much for supporting this channel through viewing. Comment below, like, share, subscribe if you'd like to see more reviews or just help the channel out further. Or both, that's even better. And don't forget to ding that bell so that in the future you will be notified as my new content becomes available. That's a wrap, folks. I'll see you next time.